arms today. Sorry about last week. It was a bit of an interesting week. Kind of went through it in my last video, but Monday I had off, but I incorrectly did my gym days a bit wrong. I did shoulders instead of doing back, and I didn't record it, so that day was off. And then did arms the next day on Tuesday. Wednesday I stayed back for work, and then Thursday did chest, and then didn't go in Friday. So yeah, it was a bit of an interesting week in terms of the gym. So still went 3 times, filmed twice, and then this week skipped yesterday because I had a late appointment and stayed back for work. Rest of the week still looking clear, so hopefully all going well can keep kicking through these gym days this week. But yeah, it's been a bit hit and miss, unfortunately, but that's just life and is what it is. But still pushing through, still enjoying the gym. Yeah, just really itching to get properly into routine and start, consistently doing all my gym days again, instead of doing 2 or 3 and then back to not doing them at all. So yeah, it's just slow progressions, just slightly just trying to push harder and harder each week. And obviously it makes it difficult when if, for instance, like quads, I was getting much stronger on quads, and the weight was pushing up, but when I take 3 or 4 weeks off from doing them, then it's hard to try and make progressions that way. But like I've said before, it's more about the intensity of the session, like the intensity towards the session that you bring, and how hard you train and how much you want it. So regardless of how many days or weeks ago I did a certain workout, the mentality still stays the same. So just trying to push myself as hard as I can for that session, keeping the intensity nice and high, and yeah, just being able to honestly say to myself after each session that I enjoyed myself and that I did the best I could. So that's all I can ask for, and that's all I can do. Yeah, today should be good. Nice arm day, get a good arm pump. Don't think I'll change anything too much. I want to try and make sure that my my overhead tricep extension, the form's a bit better. Just to try and get it a bit more strict and put more of the stress and the weight on my triceps. Just testing around with the cable, or using the easy bar over the V grip, that type of stuff. But other than that, I think everything will stay the same as long as I can get the equipment that I need. But we'll just play it by ear and see how we go. Other than that, everything should stay the same. And yeah, just try and smash out a good session today. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say, really. I need to work out when I break this program, as I think it would be coming up sooner or later to the 6 to 8 week mark. So I need to start looking at that and potentially rewriting the program again. The days will probably stay the same. Don't get me wrong, I love doing shoulders, but I've got other areas that I want to focus on at the moment, at least for another program or 2. So we'll keep the week by week structure the same, but I might potentially swap hamstring and quads around, so that way, how things are going at the moment, it seems like my hamstring days are pretty consistent, but my quad days aren't, being at the end of the week. So I might switch those around, but other than that, everything will, like the week structure will stay the same, but as of course the exercises will differ. But yeah, that's the current plan. But main thing is just to smash out today, get some good clips, and yeah, go from there. So I'll leave it here, and I'll catch you when we get to the gym. So I'll see you then.
Why?
I didn't even think it is. To be fair, my first official life, when the restaurant driving
Alrighty, arms are done. What a fucking session. It's an absolutely beautiful session. Kept the pace up for all the exercises really well. Tried to limit the amount of breaks in between each set. Really pushed the weight on each exercise as much as I could. It was an absolutely insane session today. Can't even touch my elbows, which is a good sign that my buys are definitely pumped as much as they could be. I can hardly extend my arm out for my tries as well. So yeah, I think it was a very successful day today. I'm going to be fucking sore, but yeah, that was a good session. That was a big pump. So I'm definitely happy with how the session went. I'm happy with how all the exercise and all the weights went as well. So yeah, overall I think this was a perfect arm day. Only issue I had was right at the start with the dip machine. I don't know if it picked it up on the camera, but I tried to go up the weight. So I'm putting sandbags on the back. I'm doing the full stack and then putting extra sandbags on. Because when I first did it, there was no plates available. So I used those, the sandbags instead, so they could lie across. But you only used one and then kind of just increased the weight from there. Whereas this session, I put two on top of each other, and then the top one ended up falling off after like the second or third rep, which is annoying. So next week I'll do it again, but this time I did see that there are plates up there, so I'll try and use those and try and stack them so that way I can do like a plate per side, so I can go upwards. But then it's also the thing of I'm going to be mindful that the platform at the back isn't like, it's flat, but it slightly goes like upwards, like leans upwards. When you push down, it doesn't stay horizontal all the way through. That's just how the mechanics of that particular machine works. And you know, just got to deal with it and adjust accordingly. But that should be fine. I'll test it with the plates. They should stay on. Otherwise, I may have to consider which which isn't ideal. It's very flash, but potentially getting someone to stand on the back, because then the weight would be, you know, distributed accordingly. So that is another option, but I'm just not overly confident with that, because I don't know if any of you have had it before where someone stood on the back of a machine, but I remember doing it on plate loaded seated chest press, so the horizontal one. It was an awesome machine back in the day. I don't know why they got rid of it, but anyway, I used to remember trying to have someone stand on the back of that, and just the uneven distribution of weight really screws you up. But the difference is that machine was isolateral, whereas this one is a dual machine. So if I press down the right, the left's also going to go up. Whereas on like that chest press, that plate load chest press, you only push with your right, only the right hand side's going to go. So it might work, but yeah, we'll see. I'll try the plates next week and then we'll go from there, because I'm not sure what my alternatives are after that. I was chatting to someone today about it as well, is that I don't want to do normal dips weighted, because last time I did that it caused me quite severe hip pain, and it might have been the placement of where the belt was, or you know, X, Y and Z, but it caused me quite a lot of pain, and would really it really fucked me up for a while, yeah, just because of where the load was, and it also caused it started to flare up my elbows a lot, like a stinging pain, almost like I was starting to develop a bit of tennis elbow, if that even is caused by that. But yeah, my elbows started to get really fucked up, and to be honest, for that it was just more or less doing the actual exercise than focusing on tries per se. But you know, with doing seated, you're very locked in, you can't swing, your shoulders are basically out of the equation because there's hardly any load on them. You're seated, yeah, so you can't swing. You only really need to just kind of work out your feet position so you can lock yourself into the seat, brace with your core as usual, and then it's just about purposely where you place your elbows, so you're not going in as much, so you're not kind of trying to focus on your chest. Mine's kind of going a bit more outwards, so it's more of a tricep push down. You know, so it's a bit more, what's the word? It's more a deliberate action, or is it like it's a deliberate movement, very isolated. So that's why I like doing it on the machine. So if I can try and figure out a way to add more weight onto the machine that I'm doing, that's ideal. If not, it's fine. I can try and work out alternatives, maybe doing the reps a bit more strict, or maybe, you know, supersetting by, like, you know, turning around so my arms are a bit more further back, so it's more dominant on my triceps, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. But ideally I'd want to try and stick to what I'm doing at the moment, just be able to load up the back of the machine. So yeah, play it by ear. Yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with how today went. Insane pump, feeling good. I just can't complain. So yeah, all's good. So I'll probably just leave it here. Not much else to it. Nice and tired now. Smash down a protein drink and have dinner, have an early night, and yeah, just chillax. I think that's the game plan. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Get to the gym, do your cardio. Hope you have a good one, and I will catch you tomorrow when we head off to do hamstrings. So I'll catch you then.